Good evening, friends. It is 8:47 p.m. on January 30th. I've currently read 8 books in the month of January, and there's 1 day left in January. And I'm thinking maybe I can finish 1 book in a day. I picked a random little book that I seen on my Kindle. I just searched up free Kindle romance books, and this is the one that I chose. It had really good ratings, and I kind of just skimmed through what it was about. I usually just like to hop into a book, kind of know what it's about, but not like fully deeply know what it's about, because it makes it kind of fun. I think it's a quick little rom-com. Let's see, 285 pages. That's not bad. Let's see, how many chapters? 27 chapters. I should be able to do that in a day. So let's see. You're gonna come along with me. Hopefully I can finish 9 books in January. I feel like that'd be kind of a good start to the year. Let's just get cozy and start this book. It's currently 8:50. Let's read until about 10, I want to say. Unless if like this book really hooks me, then we'll read a little bit later, but we'll see. January 31st. I am currently, let's see how far I am. I'm on chapter 12. Chapter 12, almost 50% through. I think we can do this. I'm shocking myself, honestly. Yesterday I did read a good chunk. I don't remember when I fell asleep. I think I made it to chapter 7 or chapter 8. I'm not 100% sure. I fell asleep. Do you blame me? My whole household is sick. I woke up with the sorest throat, the scratchiest throat. I have been popping cough drops. I have to get ready for my meeting or my training. I have a training today at 1 to 4, so I won't be doing any reading then. I have been loving the book so far. Let me just tell you the gist. It is about Finley Fox. Her family has owned these cottages for her whole life. Her parents passed away, so it's just her and her siblings. Her brother stays with her on the cottages and helps her run them, but they're very run down. They are very old. They need a lot of work. They're just making it by. And Archer is working with his friend Oliver. Oliver is buying all the land around her, all the land around the cottages, and he wants to buy her land. She refuses to. He has sent multiple people to buy the land, or to persuade her to sell the land to Oliver. Archer owes Oliver a favor, so Archer is now trying to persuade Finley into selling the land. Not so much persuade her like everybody else has. He realizes that she is like stretched thin and needs help, so he helps her around the cottages. She gives her lists of things to do. He does them. He wants to get in good with her. At the beginning, honestly, before she knew, at the beginning of the book, she didn't know who he was. He hadn't introduced himself yet. They hadn't had a chance to meet, but they have a little session. They have a little mingle, you know? And then she finds out who he is because he tells her. He didn't want to keep holding it back from her. And she's annoyed, she's mad, she's upset. She tells him straight up she's not going to sell this land. He says, I agree, I understand. I see all the work that you have been putting into, but he still needs to stick around and he needs to appease Oliver. Now we're just getting more backstory on Finley, on what is driving her to keep these cottages, her brother, her sisters. So we have found out what her sisters do, where they're at. her brother, and her brother is just a piece of work. Honestly, he is dealing with a lot, is struggling with a lot. So we're seeing, you know, a little bit of him, a little bit of her sisters, what's making her stay, what kind of drives her. And Archer's also seeing this, and he knows that she is not going to sell the land. So he's trying to find other ways around it where they can kind of come to an agreement on some sort of thing, because Oliver is not going to let down. And it's just been interesting so far. You can feel the tension there, and it's so good. Their banter back and forth has been so good. Like the beginning, you see me giggling because I was just like, oh my god, this is like just so fun to read. Hello, it's 2:30. I have a 15-minute break from my Zoom training, so we're gonna read for 15 minutes. I'm currently 51% of the way in, so we're gonna finish this today. Chapter 15. Like, the banter. I feel like her sense of humor is just top notch. It's so funny. She's such a good character. I finished the book. I mean, it wasn't that long. And honestly, it was so easy to read. So I hit 9 books in the month of January. I am very excited about that. I love that I'm excited about these little small accomplishments that I only get the hype about, you know? Like, I was just so excited to challenge myself to read a book in a day. I enjoyed it. It made today fun, especially since I was just at home with my sick family and I just had training, and it made this day off much more exciting than it actually, you know, it was a mundane day, but this challenge made it very exciting. And I think that's what life is about, the little things that get you excited for your days. I said in the beginning that I'm not a series gal. This is the first book in a series of 5 books because there are 5 siblings. And I said in the beginning that I wasn't really gonna probably read the rest because I feel like they get kind of repetitive towards the end, even though they're different siblings and they're about different topics in their life. I just feel like it can get a little bit repetitive. But I think I'm going to read the second book because one of Finley's sisters, her name is Piper, is in a toxic relationship. And they kind of touch on that, so it's not like a spoiler or anything. They touch on it in the book, seeming how Finley feels about it. She feels like her sister has withdrawn a lot, and it has to do with Piper's boyfriend and her manager. Like, so they touch on it in this book, and that is who the second book is about. It's about Piper. So I think I'm gonna have to read it because at the end they just make you want to. Mary Frame does a great job. I feel like lots of books and series, They do a really good job at pulling you in at the end, so you want to know about the second book. And the second book is about Piper and the love interest. So I think I'm gonna have to. I loved the story about Finley and her family and her baggage. The family just has a lot of baggage and a lot of trauma that they're healing from, and it's just so real. It's so real. I feel like everybody's family, even when you come from a big family or from no family, like Archer in this book. Archer is Finley's love interest. That's what this whole book is about them. Archer has no family, nobody at all. So it was very interesting to see someone with no family and Finley with a big family, four siblings. It was an interesting dynamic, to say the least. I love this book. I am very much just like a random rater. like if it makes me feel all the feels and I'm just like very excited and so happy about it and giddy, I rate it 5 stars. Whether the writing was shit or it was good or it was mediocre, I'm gonna give it 5 stars because it just made me feel happy while I was reading it. So I gave this book a 4 stars. 4 stars because it just had a great plot line. It was so easy to read. The banter was bantering. The tension was there. The storyline of everybody and their backgrounds was there. Like, you felt like someone was telling you a story about their life, and I loved that. I do. I loved it. So I'm very happy about this little readathon read challenge that we did. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna be reading the next book. I know Mary's happy about that. I'm going to sign off for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little reading challenge that I did by myself. I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye.